All right, before we move on to the really fun stuff, using named ranges and formulas and calculations, I just want to quickly show you where you go if you need to edit or delete your named ranges. Think of this as your named range control room. So if you want to manage your named ranges, first make sure you're clicked on the Formulas tab. Then we're going to click on Name Manager. And just like that, this opens up a little panel, which we can make bigger if we need to, because who doesn't love a good resize? This panel is going to show us all of the named ranges that we have in the workbook, and that's a really important distinction right there. The scope for these named ranges is the workbook, and you can see that in this column just here. What that basically means is that these named ranges will be available to use in any worksheet that I create in this specific workbook. They follow you around like a helpful little assistant. However, and this is key, if I was to create a brand new workbook, I'm not going to have access to these named ranges. They don't pack up and move with you. They stay put in their original home. What information can you see in here? The other information that we can see in here is basically the name of the range, the values contained within that range, the worksheet name, and the cells that this range refers to. So you can see that all of my ranges are on the named ranges worksheet. And then we have those absolute cell references with their dollar signs doing their thing. And as we just mentioned, the scope is just this workbook. So if I want to go in and make any changes to this information, I have an Edit button just above, which will allow me to edit certain elements of this named range. If I wanted to change the name of the range, I can totally do that from here. Made a typo? No problem. Want something more descriptive? Go for it. I can also add some comments if I want to, leave a little note for future me explaining what on earth I was thinking. And I can change which worksheet or which cells this named range refers to as well. Super simple to make edits to any of these ranges, no stress at all. We've already seen that we can click the New button and create a brand new range from here, and this is also where we have the Delete button. So if you want to delete any named ranges that you're no longer using, maybe they've served their purpose, maybe you made them by accident, this is where you can come to Clean House. All the way over on the right-hand side of this window, notice that we have a Filter button. I will say that if you have a fairly short list of named ranges like I do here, I only really have 5 of them, then this filter is a little bit of overkill. However, you might find that in some more complex workbooks, particularly if you have lots and lots of worksheets, you could have many named ranges. And trust me, scrolling through a massive list is nobody's idea of a good time. So you're going to need a quick way of filtering out the ones you're not interested in and just viewing the ones that you actually care about. And that's where this filter comes in to save the day. Filter options. This basically allows you to filter your list of named ranges. I can search for ranges which are just scoped to this worksheet or just to this workbook. I can filter for ranges with errors or names without errors. So this is particularly useful for error checking when something's gone a bit wonky. I can also filter by defined names, so named ranges or table names. We haven't gone on to talking about tables as yet, but we'll come back into here when we do. So you'll see what the difference is between these bottom 2 options later on. And of course, if you have applied any filters and you want to restore the entire list, we have a clear filter button at the top just there. That filter button is genuinely great if you have a lot of named ranges that you need to sort through. So that is pretty much it. Let's click on Close to come out of here. That is where you go if you need to edit, delete, or manage your named ranges.